when you're in your 20s as a woman, enjoy as much as you can, but then get more realistic as you enter your 30s with who you
No,
mate
because
long
that's
term?
what they're doing
That's what they do,
in
right?
general, and
Generally.
that's running into some difficulties for sure. I made an episode called What Women Want, where I explore that question. And the short answer is that women want what other women want, which is true, but not very satisfying. So if you want to know what women want, you have to look at what other women are doing, and especially through the lens of social media, because that's generally how we look at people these days. And
Yikes.
if you look at the type of women that most women are looking at, what are they doing? They're doing everything. They are boss bitches and they have their own company and they're doing TED Talks, but they also are married and they have 3 kids and they're vacationing in the Maldives and they're a girl's girl and they'll go out with their ladies to the Miami nightclubs, or it's like they're doing everything. Of course, this is a highlight reel and it's very heavily curated, and they're often very beautiful and very rich and very exceptional people. So sometimes people forget about those qualifiers, right? And so if you as a woman want to do all of the things, then you have to be careful about the order in which you do things. Because if doing A means that it blocks off the pathway to B, then you got to be sure to do B first before you do A.
Okay. Can you put that in a real world,
The real world context,
terms?
especially what we're talking about, is having kids. When you have young children, unless you are very rich and don't want to be an involved mother, you're not going to be going to Dubai. You're not going to be going out to the clubs with your girlfriends. You're not going to be having Michelin star dinners. You're going to be at home trying to keep your house from looking like a disaster zone,
Yeah.
like we were discussing
Yeah,
earlier. And that forecloses some opportunities. And especially, so it's like, okay, I do want to have the messy kids and the family and things like that. So I'll do that after I go to the nightclubs and I go travel around the world and I get a master's degree and I start my business, when I think realistically it might make more sense to do it the other way around. It's, as I say, the kind of bitter truth is, if a woman at 38 who's been a career woman all of her adult life suddenly decides that she wants to be a wife and mother, it's going to be difficult for her. But if a woman who's been a mother up until she turns 38 decides she wants to become an employee, she can do that. She can have that experience if she really wants to. She could go get a master's degree at 38.